Welcome to Astro-Weatherman. Hello, weather watchers, and welcome to another episode of Astro-Weatherman. All right, today is Monday, February the 20th of 2023, and we're going to be looking at the weather period, the astrometeorology weather period for the new moon in February, which starts on Monday, February the 20th, and it goes until Sunday, February the 26th. All right, so remember, it's a new moon time. So this is what we call the manifestation moon. So this is a great time, especially the first 48 to 72 hours. But you actually have the entire week to do this, to make sure that you focus your thoughts and your feelings correctly, appropriately. Make sure that they're aligned to what it is that you want in your life. All right. It's very important to try not to get into some lower vibrational or negative thinking, because what you're going to be doing, planning for, thinking about, and focusing on is what could be planted for the next 28 days of the lunar month. All right. So remember, manifestation. Focus your thoughts on the things that you really would love to have more of in your life, the direction you want to go in your life, and yeah, and never forget to slap yourself out of it if you find yourself kind of going south or a little bit negative, especially this week, so that you can up your odds and your probability of having a much better month coming up. Okay. All right. So that's the new moon for this upcoming week. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the sun in Pisces, because Pisces, this is the time of Pisces after all. All right, and the sun moved into the sign of Pisces on February the 18th, and it's going to be there until March the 20th. All right, so during this month, okay, the energy, the vibration of Pisces is going to be in effect. What does that mean for us? Well, Pisces is one of the healing signs of this world, of the signs of the zodiac. All right. And amidst other ones. And we'll talk about the other signs, the healing signs, when they come in their time. But just if you're curious, Virgo and Scorpio are going to be among the top healing signs, generally speaking. Pisces is on top of that list as well. So Pisces, in general, the energy of Pisces has to do with all things spiritual. So spirituality, faith, belief, hope, dreams, visions, illusions, art, and beauty in many respects. But it also has a little bit of a downside, and Pisces can lead to other negative aspects of human nature, such as addictions and escapism, as well as falling victimization and wounding. So there's negative aspects to the energy as well. So during this upcoming month, don't be surprised if you are going to be more drawn to the spiritual pursuits of life. Everything from, wanting to engage in more spiritual practices, getting engaged in prayer, meditation, maybe reading some uplifting books that can help you better understand yourself. Don't be surprised if you're reflecting a lot more on life during this time frame. This is a time when you might be looking at your life and looking at where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go. So the past, the present, and the future. Doing lots of reflection, a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, pondering about, what do I want of life? Where do I want to go? Who do I want to be? What do I want to become? It's also a good time to think about the things you need to let go of, the things that aren't working for you anymore. Pisces is also a good teacher, a good time to teach us about how to let go of things, how to release things from our life that isn't healthy. All right. So use this time to really engage in healing work. This is a wonderful time for all kinds of healing activities, whether it be physical healing, mental healing, emotional healing, and spiritual healing. All right, you can benefit greatly during this time frame, and your consciousness, your thoughts, and your feelings, and are going to be more directed towards these kinds of things. So this is going to be a really good month to really kind of let go of any old habits or bad habits that are affecting your health in any shape or form. If you've got any bad physical habits that you know you've got to let go of, but you've been procrastinating about, this is a good time to let go of those habits. Do you have bad thinking habits? Do you keep going to darker places all the time, or negative forms of thinking? Or do you keep going back to situations or circumstances that really hurt you? Well, this is a time to really try and look for alternatives. It's a good time to learn how to um, take a chance, a leap of faith, as it were. As faith is falls under the realm of Pisces, after all. How to have a bit of a leap of faith to try something new and something different, a different pathway when it comes to, um, you know, our thought patterns, our feelings, our physical habits, etc. And the reason for that is because Pisces is what's called a mutable sign. Now, mutability is like the changing of seasons, okay? Like that's why Pisces happens towards the tail end of the winter. So it's a transition point that's going to transition from the winter into the spring. So it's a time of transition and change. So this is a good time to make any kind of transition in your life, anything you want to change. The energy is working with you right now, and it makes it that much easier to accomplish. Okay, now in the realm of politics and economics, we have to be a bit weary of this time, okay? Because Pisces can be like this mist or like this fog, and it can bring confusion into both of these arenas in life, okay? So what can happen, for example, are situations that could look like too good to be true circumstances. So this is a time we have to be very careful, because unfortunately with Pisces, mm, there could be illusions or delusions that can start to befall a variety of areas, especially in regards to politics and economics. So this is where there could be promises that come out that could be too good to be true. But at the same time, we have to look out for um, um, having the wool pulled over our eyes at this time. All right. This is kind of a time where sometimes we have to be careful of people coming to us wearing costumes. They're not exactly who they appear to be. All right. And so this is a time we have to step back, be cautious, and ask questions in everything that we do, whether it comes to politics or economics, um, and uh, and just try to be more aware when it comes to, mm, or I should say, instead of being both being more aware, but also to be a little bit more scrutinizing. Okay. Just to be on the safe side. Now, this is also a great time for you guys to get involved, for all of us to get involved into more creative projects, especially things associated with art and beauty, for example. Try to beautify your environment, okay? Try to get into something more artistic um, or creative, if that's what you feel like. Okay, this is where we can really try to, it's a good time to really expand our horizons, and to try some things that maybe we really, um, let me put it another way, anything that can move your spirit. So anything that really moves you and inspires you. So Pisces is a time of inspiration. So try to read more books that inspire you, watch more movies that inspire you, engage in activities that inspire you, you know, um, hang out with people that inspire you, or listen to more people that inspire you. So inspiration is a key point of Pisces right now. Okay, so there you go. That's Pisces in a nutshell. Okay, so let's get on with the weather, astrometeorology. All right, and so mm, now we're going to be looking at North America, Canada, the US, and Mexico. Um, if you don't want to watch the entire video, just go to the description box below and it will give you a list of the countries and locations. Find the one that you're closest to, and it'll take you to that forecast. All right, so let's take a look and see what the planets are doing for North America for this full moon of February 2023. Okay, let's begin with Canada. And we're going to start in the Western Canada, starting off with BC. All right, BC, what's coming up weather-wise for you guys? All right, well, I'm going to give you guys a mixed bag. Oh, let's make that line a little bit thicker, shall we? Yeah. All right, let's do that. All right, we're going to give you guys a mixed bag. And for mixed bag weather, we give a blue outline. And why is it mixed bag? Well, first of all, one of the biggest planets that you have going for you during this weather period is Pluto here off the west coast. And Pluto is a negative weather planet, bringing cooler temperatures, cloudy days, and rain and showers. So that's surprise, surprise. That's to be expected this season usually, and well, Pluto's bringing that to a part of this week anyways. But then we have Mercury down here, and Mercury is going to bring you some sunny days, or at the very least, some partly sunny days. Um, and the only thing with Mercury is it can be windy, so watch out for some winds to come through your province, okay? That could be a bit stronger than usual. So that's why it's going to be a bit of a mixed bag. All right. So there you go. Otherwise, temperatures I think are going to be on the um, cooler to about uh, seasonable when it comes to temperatures. So not bad. Okay. All right. There you go. That's BC. So let's go to Alberta. And there we go. Let's move it a bit to there. Okay, Alberta. And well, you guys are going to be the same as BC. We're giving you a mixed bag color. All right, why is that? Well, first of all, Saturn down here. Stormy, cold, snowy planet Saturn. That's going to be coming your way this week. So expect some nice amount of snow and cold weather. You're going to have Mercury, though. That's also coming. And it's going to give you some fairly sunny days, partly cloudy days. Definitely will, hell, even though Mercury is generally cool, it will warm things up compared to Saturn. And it will bring some winds. So can we say maybe a Chinook at some point in the week? So very week of contrasts for you guys, Alberta. All right, just be aware there are going to be some windy days with those possibly Chinooks that will be rolling through. All right, there you go, Alberta. Next, let's go to Saskatchewan. All right, Saskatchewan. Well, we're going to mixed bag all around, shall we? We're going to give you a blue rating, a blue line as well for mixed weather. So you got some bad, cold, stormy weather coming your way, and that's because of Saturn. All right. So Saturn is going to bring you some of that very bitterly cold temperatures and maybe some heavier snowfall. Okay. But you have the sun line down here, and that's that orange line. And so the sun is going to bring you some sunny breaks and some sunny days. The problem is it's hooked up with a moon. And when the moon and the sun are hooked up in a new moon position, all right, that can bring more moisture. Sun and moon when they get together in a new moon configuration, it brings more moisture. In a full moon configuration, sun moon combinations tend to be warmer and drier. All right, so I think you guys are going to have some snow, cold, maybe some sunny breaks. So mixed bag all around. Okay. So next is Manitoba. And Manitoba, you got Uranus, and Uranus is always by nature a mixed bag planet. It brings some nice sunny days. So again, another blue line. It'll bring some nice, clear, sunny days, but Uranus is cold. So it'll be very cold, and it will bring scattered snow and maybe in the form of storm systems. So just be aware of that. All right. So mixed weather for Manitoba. All right. And for Ontario. All right. For you guys, we're giving you a big old red line. That doesn't look too good. Sorry. You've got Neptune as one of the major players for you guys. And Neptune, cloudy, cooler, um, not bitterly cold, but definitely cooler, um, snowy, and so it brings some significant moisture. Sometimes it can bring even weather events that reduce visibility. So everything from fog to whiteouts. So I don't think there will be whiteouts at this point. Hopefully not, but a fair amount of snow is indicated in moisture, and that's also because of Venus down here. Venus will, that's that green line. That will moderate the temperatures, but it will still bring more moisture, snow, cloudier days. So that's the weather for Ontario. Okay, so let's go to Quebec. Now, Quebec, not bad, but it's a mixed weather situation here. So this is why I'm going to give you guys a blue outline. Um, so you're going to have some really nice warmer days, actually, thanks to Jupiter. So Jupiter down here, that pink line, is going to really kind of warm up the temperatures, bring a lot more sunnier days and some really nice, pleasant weather. But then you have Venus down here. Now, Venus will bring you some snow still. It'll still bring you moisture, some cloudy days. And even though Venus and Jupiter are typically much warmer. So I wonder if it'll come down in the form of some rain or showers in some cases. So otherwise, it would be snow if it's just cool enough. So we'll see how that pans out. Either way, there's going to be some passing moisture, but otherwise, you're going to have some really nice days in between. Okay. So not bad, Quebec, I think. Um, all right. So let's go to the Maritimes. All right, Maritimes. Overall, I'm going to give you guys a green line over here. Now, fingers crossed, because with Mother Nature, she can pull a fast one on us at any time, right? So we always have to be prepared. But according to this, you've got Mars right down here, which is going that red line, which is really going to pump some warmer air, more sunny days into your region. The only thing is with Mars, especially when it's over the ocean, it can heat things up to the point where there's enough evaporation that can stir up the atmosphere, and then it can create showers, or some passing storm systems, or some passing flurries that could come by, but they're not typically supposed to be severe. It's just, they can pop up here and there. But normally Mars is warmer and drier. But again, it has that effect over the ocean. So we'll just have to watch for that. Jupiter down here is affecting on the far southwestern flank of the Maritimes, and it's that pink line. So Jupiter is typically warmer, drier, sunnier, so it can bring nice, warmer air from the south. So all in all, I think we can expect a very nice weather week, Maritimes, with the exception of maybe we have to watch for that bubbling effect that Mars has on the oceans, and that could bring, you know, um, a storm system through. So just keep your eye out for that. All right, there you go. That's the Maritimes and Canada. Okay, we're going to clear that up and let's head down to the United States. Okay, USA, let's take a look what's going on with your weather. We're starting here on the western regions, and we have a big stretch over here, which you guys can have this mixed bag blue line right here. All right, so that's basically this entire zone over here is going to be a big mix. And so what you have here is throughout this entire region, it's, the planet Uranus down here is going to cover a big swath of land. And Uranus is going to bring some nice, clear, sunny days, but bring some storm systems. It's going to bring some rain, scattered showers and rain in the south, and scattered snow and flurries in the north. All right. But you're also going to have some really nice weather days with Mercury, and that's here in the west. That dark yellow line there. And so basically, Mercury is going to bring you some nice sunny, partly cloudy days. But the only thing that we do have to note with Mercury is the wind. So Mercury definitely will be windy. So you're going to have that. So watch for that. Other than that, you're going to have, again, this big mixture. So you're going to have precipitation, but you're also going to have some nice sunny days, and you're going to have some strong windy days as well. So, like I said, it's going to be a um, mixed bag of everything. So kind of a bit of a roller coaster week. All right. So that's why it's not bad, but it's not great. So there you go. So let's go on to um this section right here. And this is when we have to make a bit of a note here. And I'm going to give this red zone just an area that we have to watch for. Okay. And I think that's going to stretch actually. Well, actually, we'll talk about this zone first because there's a couple planets involved here. We have Saturn right down here, the planet of storms, clouds, colder weather and temperatures. And then we have the sun and moon combination down here, which in new moon times brings rain, clouds, and heavier moisture. So watch in this zone, roughly, where there could be some periods of heavy moisture and maybe some strong storms. Okay, so watch for that. And then as we are looking further inland here to the Midwestern regions and the South, this entire region, I'm going to have to give it this big old red zone here. And man, in fact, that stretches all the way over here. Um, Now, this entire portion of the US, which is a good chunk of the country, is going to be under, well, let's talk about Neptune first. Cloudy, cooler, wet Neptune. Neptune can bring with it some freak weather circumstances or situations. Some weather conditions where in the deep south, especially combined with the sun and moon combination to the west. Sorry, there's a little moth in my room. So there's um, the sun moon combination to the west that can bring more rain. So you have a couple of very wet planetary influences. So that can bring the possibilities of flooding, the possibilities of heavy rain in the south or heavy snow in the north. So we do have to watch for those. Now, the sun can bring a few sunny days in between. But no doubt, I think it's generally going to be cloudier, than more clouds than sun, and days when it does rain, can be heavy. And again, and heavier snow in the north. All right, so just keep your eyes out for that, and that covers the entire section, um, uh, you know, of this part of the country. All right, so let's move on to further east. Okay, so um, Well, we're going to give this section as well. Um, Now, I think what's going to happen here, well, Florida is a little bit of a different tale. So this section I talked about earlier was still in the red zone. So that's where the combination of Neptune and Venus can give um, cloudier days. Temperatures are mild; they're not too bad, but they definitely can bring heavy moisture, heavy rain in the southern, and heavy snow in the north. Um, where Florida is, we're going to give it more of a mixed bag influenced, so or mixed weather influence. So Florida is going to be more in the blue zone there. So they're going to have hotter days, mixed with Neptune, though that can bring thunderstorms. Um, so there you go. All right. So let's go to the north, just a bit more the northeastern regions of the country. Mm, all in all, not bad, but it's still unfortunately not enough to give you guys a green line here or a green square. So you're going to be mixed bag. Mars, the red line, is hotter, drier, definitely sunnier. So it'll bring some really nice days, some really nice weather days. You got Venus further east. That will bring some clouds and some passing rain, and or flurries or snow. But overall, I think the weather's not going to be that bad. So you're going to have a mixed bag of weather that way. So, all right, not great, but not bad. Good stuff. All right, that is the USA. Let's head on to Mexico. Okay, Mexico. Well, your forecast is, as usual, pretty easy. It's not much work for a weather forecaster, usually, except when storm season comes. So right now it's not exactly storm season. So right now we're kind of nice cruise control systems of weather. And what kind of color are we getting? Green. And that's going to be the whole country. Good weather, literally the whole country. Nothing to talk about other than, well, let's take a look here. If you have maybe, well, let's start with Saturn down here, which as you get further again into the tropical regions, Saturn turns hotter and drier and brings more sunshine into the weather. Then you have Mars way down here, but its Mars energy is gonna offer lots of its frequency to most of the eastern part of the country. Mars is gonna be hotter and drier and sunnier. You've got Uranus up in the northwestern regions. All right. Uranus um, can bring some scattered showers and moisture, but we also have to take geography into account and how planets can change or shift their energy based on their latitudes. And Uranus at this season, and we have to take seasonality into account as well. So for the season further down in the tropical regions, as Uranus definitely will become for this season drier, can bring some scattered thunder showers here and there, but not likely because Saturn is going to be too powerful of an influence um, for this season. So really, it's going to be dry. Um, and you have the sun moon combination, which can bring some scattered showers here and there, but really very isolated, nothing to speak of because it's sandwiched right in the middle of Saturn and Mars, which are going to really dry it out and dry that combination out and just overwhelm it with heat. And so um, I think basically most of all of Mexico actually, you're going to have a very sunny week for the most part, hot temperatures, and fairly dry throughout the entire country. That's it. Easy peasy, nothing much to talk about. So enjoy the weather. All right. And we are done with Mexico. Clear that up. And there we go. Okay, there you have it, folks. That concludes today's video. So hopefully you enjoyed a little introduction into the sun in Pisces and what the energy of Pisces holds for us this month and how we can utilize it to our advantage. Okay, so remember to find something inspirational, detoxify and cleanse yourself, your body, bad habits, anything in your life that isn't considered healthy, and try to engage in more spiritual pursuits and activities. Anything that can bring you greater health and wellness and inspiration into your life. That's Pisces, okay? All right. So that's it for today. Please subscribe if you liked this video and you want to be a part of this channel. Hit the like button and the bell icon to receive notifications uh, about any upcoming videos. And of course, if you liked this video. All right. We will be back next week for the first quarter moon. All right. Thank you all for watching.